Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. I'm your host, Jenny, and today we've got some exciting stories to share. First up, imagine the clash of swords and cultures. In a 1971 Hong Kong-Japan co-production, Zatoichi and the One-Armed Swordsman face off in a thrilling martial arts duel, blending Japanese swordplay with Hong Kong action styles. Despite on-screen rivalry, this collaboration highlights the fascinating cross-border exchange that shaped Hong Kong's legendary martial arts cinema. Next, let's take a peek into Hong Kong's rich film history. The Shaw Brothers costume collection, featuring over 40,000 garments from classic movies, is being prepared for a major exhibition in 2028. These costumes tell stories of Hong Kong's golden age of filmmaking and cultural pride, even as the industry faces challenges like cinema closures and revenue drops. The studio is also working to boost local film production, aiming to revive Hong Kong's cinematic influence. Finally, in the world of travel, Hong Kong's Kai Tak cruise terminal is set for a major makeover. Despite its underuse, innovative ideas from the private sector could turn it into a vibrant, multi-purpose hub. With plans to connect it to new developments like sports parks and entertainment venues, the goal is to attract more visitors and make Hong Kong a top cruise destination. Please continue to watch for more detailed insights. South China Morning Post highlights the vibrant history of Hong Kong's film industry, emphasizing the collaborative efforts with Japanese cinema that produced iconic martial arts films like Zatoichi and the One-Armed Swordsman. This film, a unique cross-cultural project, was born out of the rivalry and creative tensions between Shaw Brothers and Golden Harvest Studios. Despite legal disputes and cultural differences, the film successfully merged Japanese swordplay precision with Hong Kong's dynamic martial arts style, featuring a duel between Wang Yu's One-Armed Swordsman and Shintaro Katsu's Zatoichi. The film's production was a meticulous blend of Japanese and Hong Kong crews, with stylistic choices reflecting Japanese cinematic techniques, quick cuts, intense sword fights, and low-angle shots, yet it also bore the unmistakable influence of Hong Kong storytelling humor, notably in a body Zatoichi comedy scene. The narrative, rooted deeply in the Zatoichi mythos, was marked by precise, brutal action sequences and a complex ending that varied between versions, hinting at the cultural sensitivities involved in such cross-national collaborations. This film not only served as entertainment but also as a testament to the evolving relationship between Hong Kong and Japanese cinema during that era, illustrating how these collaborations aim to invigorate traditional genres with fresh stylistic elements. Meanwhile, South China Morning Post also reports on the ongoing efforts to preserve Hong Kong's cinematic legacy through the meticulous cataloging of costumes from the golden era of Shaw Brothers films. Over 40,000 costumes, including exquisite dragon robes and iconic prison uniforms worn by stars like Stephen Chow, are being carefully researched and preserved at Shaw Studios in Seong Kwan O. This initiative aims to showcase Hong Kong's rich cultural heritage through future exhibitions and fashion shows, with plans to display these treasures internationally in cities like Singapore, London, and Paris. The project not only celebrates the visual splendor of classic films but also seeks to establish a cultural and creative hub that narrates Hong Kong's cinematic evolution. Amidst challenges faced by the local film industry, such as declining cinema revenues and studio closures, industry leader Raymond Chow advocates for government support to attract foreign productions, bolster local talent, and revitalize Hong Kong's status as an international film hub. Shaw Studios, with its extensive facilities and history of supporting local filmmakers, continues to push for expansion and innovation, aiming to foster a sustainable future for Hong Kong cinema while honoring its storied past. South China Morning Post highlights Hong Kong's pivotal role in upholding the rules-based international order amidst a shifting global landscape marked by escalating US-China tensions and the erosion of multilateral norms. As China advocates for mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and global cooperation, Hong Kong exemplifies these principles through its adherence to the Basic Law and WTO commitments, maintaining zero tariffs despite unilateral U.S. sanctions. With its extensive experience in trade, finance, and public health, Hong Kong is uniquely positioned to bridge divides, foster dialogue, and support China's efforts to defend a fair and predictable global system, especially as Western powers increasingly adopt aggressive, unilateral tactics that threaten the stability of international rules and sovereignty. The South China Morning Post also reports on Alibaba's AMAP introducing a ride-hailing service tailored for foreign visitors in mainland China, reflecting the country's efforts to facilitate international travel and promote its burgeoning digital economy. This move supports China's visa-free schemes, which saw a 73% increase in foreign visitors during the recent Labor Day holiday, underscoring the country's commitment to openness. Unlike Didi Chuxing, which has established a broader international presence, AMAP's new feature emphasizes integration with third-party services and digital wallets like Alipay and WeChat Pay, highlighting China's evolving landscape of private sector innovation that bolsters tourism and connectivity, even as the industry navigates unregulated operations and potential future regulations in Hong Kong. Meanwhile, artist South Ho Shunam's solo exhibition Wandering Daily at Blind Spot Gallery exemplifies Hong Kong's vibrant contemporary art scene, where personal narratives and urban transformation intersect. Ho's work, rooted in documentary photography and experimental techniques, reflects on the city's rapid changes, from lush mountains to dense urban landscapes, while exploring deeper themes of memory, aging, and the influence of his late father. His innovative use of analog methods, performance art, and symbolic grids reveals a contemplative approach to capturing Hong Kong's flux and resilience. Through his art, Ho embodies a meditative engagement with the city's evolving identity, emphasizing the importance of slow, deliberate creation in an age dominated by instant digital and AI-driven imagery, thus reaffirming Hong Kong's cultural vitality amid rapid modernization. South China Morning Post vividly captures the rich tapestry of Korean Chinese cuisine, tracing its origins back over a century to the Chinese immigrants who settled in Korea, particularly around Incheon. These early Qing restaurants catered to the elite, but it was post-Korean War, in the 1940s and 50s, that dishes like jjajangmyeon and jambong became deeply woven into Korean culture. The development of jjajangmyeon, with its sweet, caramel-colored black bean paste, and the spicy, seafood-laden jambong, reflects a fascinating fusion of Chinese, Japanese, and local Korean influences. The cuisine's rise was fueled by socioeconomic shifts, such as rice shortages and government policies promoting flour-based foods, transforming these dishes from elite delicacies into national staples. Today, Korean Chinese restaurants are a global phenomenon, embodying a cultural fusion born from migration, history, and adaptation, with jjajangmyeon even becoming a cultural icon in Korean dramas and everyday life. The Independent provides a clear and compelling overview of the recent renationalization of Britain's railways, using the first train departure under the new Great British Railways organization as a symbolic moment. Although the service remains largely unchanged, same timetable, same staff, the move signifies a major shift in the political and operational landscape of UK rail travel. This transition aims to end decades of fragmentation by bringing train operations back under government control, with the promise of more passenger-focused service and streamlined management. Transport Secretary Heidi Alexander emphasizes that this change is about reforming a broken system, with the hope that it will lead to better coordination and fewer legal disputes over delays. Unions like ASLEF and RMT express cautious optimism, seeing the move as a step toward fairer pay and better working conditions, despite ongoing industrial actions. The plan aligns more closely with European models in France and Germany, where government-run tracks and services dominate, contrasting with more fiercely competitive systems like those in Italy and Spain. SCMP opinion highlights the paradox of Hong Kong's underutilized cruise terminal, a state-of-the-art facility that symbolizes the city's ambitions to be a regional cruise hub. Despite its impressive infrastructure, the Kai Tak terminal struggles with low passenger numbers and logistical issues, often making headlines for its inaccessibility and poor transport connections. The recent government proposal to revamp the site and diversify its use, by hosting non-cruise events and integrating with nearby developments like sports parks and hotels, marks a positive step forward. The article advocates for innovative, market-driven ideas to breathe new life into the terminal, emphasizing that leveraging private sector creativity could transform the space from an underperforming asset into a vibrant hub that benefits residents, tourists, and the local economy. This approach underscores the importance of out-of-the-box thinking in turning underused infrastructure into dynamic, multi-purpose attractions that align with broader tourism and urban development goals. The South China Morning Post vividly describes the iconic Rolex GMT Master, celebrating its 70th anniversary as a symbol of innovation in watchmaking. Originally developed to meet the needs of international pilots and airline crew, the GMT Master introduced a revolutionary complication, the extra 24-hour hand that allows travelers to keep track of multiple time zones effortlessly. Today, this watch has transcended its utilitarian roots to become a luxury status symbol, appreciated not only for its elegant design but also for its practicality, enabling globetrotters and professionals alike to manage international schedules with a simple turn of the bezel. Watch brands like Tudor and Panerai have built upon Rolex's legacy, adding complications such as perpetual calendars and dual-time displays, while more affordable options now bring GMT functionalities within reach of everyday enthusiasts, making this complication a perennial favorite among collectors and travelers. The Hong Kong SCMP opinion piece underscores the importance of transparency and access to information, focusing on the Hong Kong Ombudsman's recent decision to restrict public access to investigation reports and archives. The office, which celebrates over 3 decades of advocating good governance, has faced criticism for removing historical records from its website, claiming they are outdated or misleading. However, critics argue that these documents are vital for understanding the government's past actions and maintaining accountability, emphasizing that modern technology can easily handle vast databases without sacrificing transparency. The article calls on the Ombudsman to reconsider its move, urging it to uphold the principles of openness and accountability, especially as it investigates issues like public housing abuses and safety concerns, asserting that the organization should set an example by making historical records readily accessible to the public. In the realm of sports, The Independent reports on Ruben Amorim's heartfelt apology to Manchester United fans following a disappointing season marked by poor results and internal instability. As the club prepares for its final match against Aston Villa, Amorim acknowledges the deep issues at play, extending an honest apology and promising improvements ahead. He highlights the profound challenges faced by United, including frequent changes across departments and a lack of cohesion, which have hindered on-field performance. Despite the bleak season, Amorim remains optimistic about the future, emphasizing that the club is making strides to improve recruitment and organizational stability. His candidness reflects a desire to restore confidence among supporters and suggests that with better planning and strategic signings, Manchester United can rebound from their worst campaign in over half a century, aiming to rebuild momentum for the seasons to come. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation highlights a growing trend of burnt-out millennials who are choosing to walk away from traditional work routines and embrace career breaks as a form of self-care and resilience. One story features a freelance comedian who, overwhelmed by the relentless hustle and recent setbacks in her entertainment career, relocates to Hong Kong seeking relief from burnout. In the silence of her new environment, she realizes the immense value of doing nothing, reconnecting with family, and rediscovering passions like Asian cooking and local culture. This experience mirrors broader findings that Australians, especially young people under 30, are experiencing record levels of exhaustion, cynicism, and reduced efficacy, driven by economic anxieties, high living costs, and societal pressures. Many are redefining success, choosing to pause their careers to prioritize mental health and personal growth, with some taking extended leave or mini retirements, despite societal criticism. Friends like In Hung and Madden exemplify how stepping back from high-stress jobs can foster resilience, creativity, and a renewed sense of purpose, challenging traditional notions that work must be the central measure of achievement. These stories reveal a cultural shift where taking time to recharge is increasingly seen as a vital, empowering act rather than a sign of failure, emphasizing that true well-being may come from the freedom to pause and reflect amid life's chaos. The Sydney Morning Herald reports on the latest developments in air travel, showcasing a renaissance of innovation and expansion across the industry. Despite a dip in Chinese tourists, Chinese airlines are returning to the skies over Australia, although capacity issues mean fares are no longer as cheap. Meanwhile, top airports like Singapore's Changi and Doha's Hamad International are setting global standards, with Doha expanding its terminal space by nearly 50,000 square meters to accommodate growing traffic and position itself as a major Middle Eastern hub. New airports are emerging, such as Albania's soon-to-open Vlora International Airport, promising to boost regional tourism and economic growth despite environmental controversies. Major airlines are forming strategic alliances and launching new routes, like Virgin Australia's partnership with Qatar Airways to offer long-haul flights to Doha, and Qantas maintaining its Perth-Paris non-stop route for the upcoming Olympics, emphasizing speed and convenience. Additionally, new international connections are opening up, including flights to Greenland, Greenland's Nuuk International Airport gaining popularity, and the upcoming Delhi-Jewar Airport easing access to India's tourist hotspots. Meanwhile, airlines continue to refine their in-flight experiences, with Cathay Pacific introducing upgraded business-class suites featuring enhanced comfort and tech-savvy amenities. These advancements reflect a vibrant, dynamic industry focused on expanding connectivity, improving passenger experience, and adapting to changing global travel demands. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the Costu team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of Costu Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the Costu team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize Costu Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, costubrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive Costu Brief via email.